the YouTube videos go up. The videos go up on YouTube, and I have a YouTube account. I put up some videos. Well, no, I'm actually pretty bad about putting up videos of my own, but I have a YouTube account, and my grandma, unfortunately, has learned how to use a computer. I don't know who taught her. They really shouldn't have, because my mother was telling me that my grandmother had seen one of my YouTube videos, and at first thought, I just freaked out and I thought, oh God, I hope she also didn't see David Spank's also. But apparently she had seen one of my videos, and she thought it was really good. However, she then attempted to watch another one, and apparently something came up with some sort of subscription, you know, put your credit card number in here and everything. And I'm thinking, whose video was she watching? That wasn't me. She's thinking that I have some sort of business on the side that I'm doing. I don't know whose video she watched, but it wasn't mine. I'm not crafty enough to set that up to you. No, but she was foolish, and she put her stuff in. And she was a victim of identity theft, but, you know, at least my new grandma can bake some good cookies. But anyway, up next we have another old-timer from ComedySoc. You know him, you've heard him plenty. It's Merlin!
Oh, shit.
I know them, man. I know them.
Oh, they're hot. Okay, this is going to be what we in the sandwich world call fresh. Very fresh. I haven't really had much time to put it together at all, so it's going to be short. I'll try and keep it that way. But yeah, we already had some of my material stepped on there with Markesh. It's brilliantly done, but the Rebecca Black stuff, all I really want to say on that is that her song, which is very good at enumerating the various hours and aspects of the week. It's a great taxonomy, I think, of time as an illustration in humanities we call it of, say, the postmodern condition of the fragment itself, but really it just doesn't say shit all. And insofar as it does, it seems to be a very accurate reflection of her life. Okay, where was I going to start? Let's start with a little call out here. I'm going to say some things which are very obviously good, and you're going to agree with me. You're going to say, yeah, okay? So, deep crust pizza, who likes that? Yeah! Marshmallows, yeah! Woo! Comedians who want to reveal through slow, laborious exposition deep-seated traumas in a psychosomatic way, yeah! Yeah! Okay. Because that's what you're gonna get. It's also gonna be very slow and rather dull, because I've been dulled a bit by it. I'm a bit too stoned. I'm gonna be upfront about that. I'm just very bad with drugs. I'm bad at drugs, as I've been told by the police before. I got stopped on the roof with a friend of mine. I say this a lot. It's become a myth to me. But yeah, we're having sandwiches and smoking a lot of dope. And we got stopped by the cops who don't like that. It's apparently going to corrupt all the youth with our schmarmery and our deep-seated, dark, murderous desires, which are expressed the only way we know how, through smoking doobies. But they came up and they frisked us. They went through my pockets. I have a lot of things in my pockets. Not right now because I've gotten help. But I still have a duck. But anyway. They came to my drugs, my little drug pouch. I think it might have been a tin back then. Oh, golden days. Well, it was the 90s. But and they open it up and there's a tiny like half a spliff's amount. And they said, "This is nothing. This isn't enough drugs. You don't know how to use drugs." And I was like, "I do know how to use drugs. I'm good with drugs. I'm home with the downies. I'm banging with the bitches and other hoes and gardening implements and whatnot." It happens to me all the time. I go home. I feel outstripped by all my contemporaries in this regard. I went home and people were like, "Oh man, we're up all night at speed, and then we had shrooms for breakfast." And I was like, "Oh. Everybody does more drugs than me." So, it's quite, and he was like, "Yes, you're right. That stereotype is exactly true. Except you missed out all the fucking tentacles. I was like, what? Oh, the breakfast, yeah. But yeah, I have a lot of interesting friends, and they drag me to a lot of interesting events. Well, sometimes I get dragged about by other people at these interesting events. The politics is something which, I don't know, happens to me. If not something that I actually like promulgate myself, but there was the U.S. ambassador who was in town. Woo. Yeah, can we have a shout out for? Woo! Yeah, U.S. agitprop, isn't that great? So he turned out to give a speech in Buchanan, which I'm sure was very balanced. And I'm sure as a city banker who donated hundreds of millions to Obama's campaign, he's not got any vested interest at all. But we went there. It's the sort of classic thing with like leftist anarchists, which is in the news all the time. We're very unorganized. Like, on a political level, we don't like the idea of organization. That's an evil, right? We got that down pat. But we're not even good at like coming up with slogans. It's like really bad. It's like on the day, like we're in the queue. We're like, what are we gonna do? Let's just go limp. Let's go limp, okay? So how are we gonna do this? Okay, the code word is limp. When I say limp, we're gonna fall in front of the door, and everything will be all right in the world. There's only like 3 of us left at this point. Lack of commitment is another problem that the movement faces. But we went up there and we sat down. We went up. We went up. They said, do you have tickets? Can we see your ID? And we're like, oh yeah, we have. Oh, you're much larger and stronger than all us thin, geeky humanities types. Didn't see that coming. Well, limp. It's the only slogan we really shouted that day at all. We sat down there and yeah, we did try and come up with some stuff. Sussman is the surname of the guy, and it's usually a good program really to try and come up with a rhyming couplet in a Shakespearean way to go with the person you're attacking. So say, Gordon Brown, we know you. Tony was a killer too, for something about British foreign policy there, for those who've been out of the loop for the last 15 years. Oh, it's been forever, let's face it. But we tried with Sussman, Louis Sussman. Sussman, we know you. U.S. foreign policy has been internally consistent for the last 2 decades, regardless of change in administration between Republican and Democratic parties. Yeah, well, it made us laugh. What happened to me was I just got dragged. Well, I wish I got dragged off. I like to get dragged off for things I believe in, which, as you can guess, are very, very kinky in a BDSM way. But no, it's hard being a lefty. And I realize now I've lost all my notes in my pocket, but I'm sure I can ad-lib this part, because I'm just going to finish up by talking about what's governing my life and not giving me enough time to develop this routine, which is my dissertation. My lovely, you were just, oh yeah, I can repost in those. Thanks. I know I'm genetically superior to all of you. You made me slow up there. No. Self-deprecation is something I'm not really good at on stage, but this should help, right? It's not at all sexist or rapey. Yay! Dissertation, that's gonna be safe, right? It's gonna be black. But I finished this, I handed it in my dissertation. I was like, it's really weird. It's like the experience of what I imagine giving birth is like, really. You create something, it's out there in the world, it involves a lot of sweat, a lot of effort, and all the time you're thinking, is this a mistake? I guess even worse when the process of like getting it bound, which I thought was very weird in a psychosexual way, but no, it's something which is, yeah, it's very like a baby. It's roughly, because now I feel like I have the power and the experience to talk on a whole host of women's issues and problems. I think that I've really, really accomplished that feeling which all new mothers must have when they look at their child and they think, I should have gotten an abortion. Okay, that's all the shit I got. Yeah, you can kill me now, but I'm going to hand it back to the compere, and I think we in fact have a break coming up.
All right. Yeah, I'm just going to do one little joke because I don't have a proper set because I'm emceeing. But I went to Italy over spring break. And there's really nothing funny about Italy and stuff. But when I was going there was the funny bit because I used Ryanair. That's all I have to say. It's just Ryanair. And that's a punchline right there. Ryanair! But no, I don't mind Ryanair. It's really not bad, except, when they, move your entire schedule 3 days, or they just cancel your plane altogether. But I feel like I can't complain because it's like, what am I gonna say? Do you realize what I could have bought for the money that I paid for that ticket with? Almost a full sandwich. But yeah, so right now we're about to take a 15-minute break. And be sure to bring your glasses down. Tim has told me, what, 5 times now to tell you that? Yeah, bring your glasses down. So go down, get some drinks, and you know what, I'm done with medicine, and since we've had so much sexist talk tonight, ladies, be more feminist and buy me a drink. So go on, have fun. All right, we'll see you when we get back in 15 minutes.